はい、皆さん、こんにちは。
こんにちは。
第1回の Duty Comments の時間がやってまいりました。
はい。Oh, wait a second. No, that's the wrong language. Wait, sorry. We're in Japanese mode.
That's
sorry.
right.
This is actually an English stream, so we
just throwing you guys.
Switch over to English mode. Just as a heads up in the start, we realized there's a little bit of an audio delay. We apologize for that. We spent a good 30 minutes trying to figure out the problem after the test stream, and we were unable to. So, as Murphy's Law states, anything that can go wrong probably will go wrong. So, if we just cover our mouths the entire time that we're talking, it looks great. So you won't notice any problems. No, we won't do that. So, yeah, welcome. This is the very first episode of Duty Commenced, starring the community team from North America. So before we get started, I'd like to go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name is Matt Hilton. I'm the Senior Online Community Manager for FF14. You may know me on the forums as Bayonne.
Oh, Bayonne.
The Bayonne. Yeah, I put the in my contract before you say her name. I'm joined by...
I'm Devin Cassidy. You guys would know me as Kamate on the forums. And I'm the guy that takes care of all the bilingual stuff.
All the translations.
That's from me.
So that the whole Japanese joke at the beginning was his idea too. So if you didn't like it, make sure you put any compliments or complaints against him. We are also joined by
Robert Hiviner Peeler. I'm in the background. You guys can't see me, but I'm running the show on the back end here, making sure this UI is moving along with their comments. And I'm the online community manager of the team.
So speaking of UI, as Robert mentioned, you guys can probably see we have here our awesome user interface built to look just like the one from the game. We have our duty list on the is that left side?
I don't know.
I think it's left.
They're right. From
your perspective, it's on the right. We have our duty list, and we'll be using that to give you an idea of what we'll be doing throughout the show. It's a kind of a good way to kind of keep track of where we are and what we're doing. I kind of wanted to give you guys a heads up on what the community team does exactly. I know some people may not be familiar. We do a lot. I can guarantee that. It's a lot of fun and a lot of excitement. But one of our main tasks is basically taking your voice, your comments, your feedback, your frustrations, and your praise to the dev team, and making sure that the dev team is aware of what the community at large is saying. It's a very important job that we take very seriously. We do a lot of reporting on not only our official forum, but also on sites like Reddit, a lot of other fan sites like ZAM and things like that. So basically we try to go to wherever the community is and wherever the community is talking, whether that's Twitter, Facebook, forums,
everywhere,
even in-game itself. We try to find where you guys are and get your feedback as much as possible and make very detailed reports for the dev team to look over and discuss. That's one aspect. Another aspect, we do a lot of the social media stuff like I mentioned. So Twitter, Facebook,
all that good stuff.
Maybe some more in the future we'll start doing. We also have the developers blog that we post onto, and we spend a lot of time
it's the best.
Coming up with
a lot of fun.
Really fun and exciting titles.
That we don't always agree on. I know Robert is very picky about some, and we fight about which ones we should use.
All I'm trying to do is make sure that you guys pick the correct answers, which are my answers.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to
whenever there's a reference, it's always a Final Fantasy VI reference, or that's all of Robert's suggestions. It's another part of what we do. We also handle a lot of the live events, so things like PAX East, the upcoming E3 we're starting to work on now.
It's going to be really cool.
So that's a lot of fun. We also are, I guess you could say, knee-deep in planning for upcoming fan events that Yoshida had talked about a little bit on the letter from the producer live. I believe this weekend actually we'll be getting some more news that we want to share with you guys about those fan events. So stay tuned for some updates on that in the
pretty interesting.
very near future.
Very near.
Yeah, very near. Have been near. I don't know.
Have been near.
You see, Robert does a lot of the event stuff, so have been
There you go.
very near.
I can't even say it.
I think I got it right. Hiviner.
There you
Yeah, I got it right. That was close enough.
He's not even sure if he's saying his name right.
We'll change it in post. Don't worry. This isn't live. This is just a rehearsal anyway.
Do my best.
So to get started, one of the points, one of the main reasons that we wanted to start doing a stream is the ability to bring you guys information, bring you guys updates on hot topics, discuss the latest information from like DevTracker. Actually, a lot of people may not get their information straight from the forums or from the Lodestone and things like that. So we want to try to find a new avenue for people to be able to learn the information that we're putting out. So we thought, hey, Twitch streams. We know tons about streaming, and we know
so simple.
a lot about
at all.
We never make audio sync.
We never had audio sync issues before, so this is totally professional. And so this is one of the things we want to start doing to make sure that everything was cool, and you guys had a new way to kind of find out information. But yeah, so we're going to try to do the stream as much as we can. We'll try to figure out the best schedule and the best timing and things like that going forward. But thanks for joining us for our very first episode. So
thanks for
appreciate you guys tuning in and watching.
On this super duper Friday.
It is Friday. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is
Seeing
Friday.
my office transformed into
Studio.
a studio.
Just think of it as the studio now. It's no longer.
I
your
know.
office.
Honestly,
It's
I haven't had the use of my office in a long
You
time.
had it for a short while. It's
Done.
now.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess without further ado, let's
get
start.
started.
Let's start digging into it. We're going to give you guys a brief overview of what we'll be discussing today. So as you know, patch 2.25 just recently came out. So we're probably going to be touching on that, discussing some of the updates, some of the changes that occurred. We're also going to take a look at the PlayStation 4 launch, finding out how the new players are enjoying Eorzea and how our veteran players are welcoming them with open arms, which I'm sure is the case, helping people learn the ropes. We're also going to go over some of the DevTracker posts from this week so that you guys are aware of what's been going on. And we're also going to spend some time, we're going to actually reveal a little bit of information
Got some good stuff
that we haven't posted yet. It's some pretty cool, some news about PvP updates and changes coming in the future.
Which I think a lot of people will definitely get into and enjoy.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, when we saw the news, we're like, oh, this is really awesome. Can't wait to let the players know.
You guys, yeah.
We're also going to talk a little bit about in-game events. As you guys know, the Hatching Tide event was recently taking place in-game. And we're going to talk about kind of the outside of the game events version of that and how we'll be handling those going forward and maybe tease some of our surprises as we have them planned. Maybe not finalized, but talk about our
That's
plans.
what a tease is for.
Yeah, tease it.
Tease the idea.
And then
You don't
get
have to be
feedback.
final. It's okay.
But yeah, so without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and jump right into it.
So yeah.
We are going to start off with
2.25.
patch 2.25 updates and heads ups. That's what we call them. Updates and heads ups.
Okay.
Let's remind everyone they can follow the agenda on the Duty Finder.
Oh yeah, up here.
Yeah, so go ahead and
Bye.
keep track of that as we move from one topic to another. If you guys are wondering what we're talking about when you come in late or if it drops or nothing.
Robert is really proud of this UI, everybody. You have to
I
understand.
took
It is
time.
really cool.
It's helpful.
And he did a really good job on
Yay.
getting the whole look.
Let me just say we're also looking into ways to expand it,
Yes.
to do other things.
Oh yeah, and yeah, that's right.
And so,
That's another
watch out.
tease,
Be
another
careful.
heads up for you guys. Something that we'll be doing in the future. Maybe I don't want to spoil it. I'll just-
Robert will get angry.
Robert will get upset.
Happens.
I'm
Okay.
quite a violent person.
So patch 2.25.
Yeah.
Let's start off. Let's talk about a little bit about the Echo.
So yeah, the first thing was that the second phase, right, the second phase of the Binding Coil of Bahamut, we added the next step for the Echo buff. So from the 10%, we started moving up to 15%. So it's 15% increased HP, damage.
Let's see if you can remember them all.
Damage,
HP,
HP,
15%. Damage dealt, 15%.
HP recovered via spells and whatnot.
Curative spells, yeah. That's
Curative
the official
spells.
term.
Yeah,
wow, good job.
Right.
15%. Then what's the next
So
phase
practicing
going to
that
be in
all
the future?
Next phase, go up to 20%.
Yep.
So that's 2 weeks-ish from now.
And the final
And
phase.
the final phase, we go live to 30%.
And that'll be the final
That's
one.
pretty good.
So I'm excited for this. I don't know about you guys, but we've been able to help some of our free company members who are kind of slacking behind on the binding coil, get some gear. I'm looking in
Not
the direction of
elbows, but
Hiveners, getting some new gear for them. And 15% will be a nice increase. I think it'll help us take down Twintania a little bit easier too for people who have been having trouble.
Hiviner greatly appreciates it.
I know Hiviner is really looking forward to getting that bow. So he can be dead basically the whole time, and we don't have to worry about it because we'll have the echo buff.
Come on, guys.
It's not. I'm sure you'll be alive.
Wow.
we kid.
Just dodge the fireballs and you'll be good. But yeah, in addition to the echo bonus increase, we also made some adjustments to the drops for the World Leader Extreme. Yoshida made a post about this on the forums recently if you haven't had a chance to check it out, basically stating that, they felt it was kind of unfair for paladins and white mages to have to require 2 items to upgrade 2 different weapons this time, or a sword and a shield, or a staff and a shield.
Yeah.
So because of that, they decided to make adjustments where now the HQ versions of the shields will also be included in the loot pool that Leviathan Extreme version will drop. And also, they also made it so that anybody who already used a mirror will receive one when patch 2.25 hit. It's good news. As a white mage myself, that's pretty good. I'm excited to try to get some more HQ drops now from Leviathan. And
I'll have to go in there.
yeah, you're a paladin too, so I'm sure you'll be happy.
Yeah, we're buddies in game 2.
Oh,
These are the icons next to our names in the party list. These are our typical mains.
oh yeah, that's right.
So if you
Right
guys
there.
are
So I'm a white
what we
mage.
usually play.
I play white mage most of the time. Devin is paladin, I guess.
I guess.
I'm like,
For sure.
If he's dead most of the time, it doesn't like count. But
Well,
that's
then
fine.
it's your fault because you're my healer, right?
There's also a scholar in the
Is that how
party.
that works?
Thank you very much. And then Robert is the bard. We have to remind him to sing songs every once in a while, just as a
Shoot
reminder.
arrows.
As with every bard, right?
Don't forget to use the auto attack to shoot arrows at your foes.
That's not quite.
I've had that conversation before, actually, but don't worry about it.
It's all right.
Next up, we have the challenge log system. Had some minor adjustments too, based on some player feedback.
Yeah. That was pretty good. So, when you guys were doing your challenges, stuff like that, occasionally all of a sudden, oh, it's done. I just did some dungeons and I got a whole bunch of gil and XP and all that stuff, and you had no idea that you're even close to finishing it. So now you actually get a system message letting you know, hey, you're about to finish this objective. So it's pretty convenient. It's nice.
Yeah, that way you're not, not on the wrong job or the wrong class. Like maybe you're doing a high level dungeon for your your daily roulette, and you're on a level 50, and then bam, you got all the XP and the guild bonus, and it kind of went to a waste because you weren't on the right thing. So now it's kind of a cool little heads up that the dev team added in based on some players making the same comments.
Yep.
I know I've been out gathering and I'm like on my minor 50
Yeah.
and I'm like trying to get my map for the day, and it's like boop, and I'm like, oh sweet, my botanist that's like level 10 could have used that XP. So that's good news. Really excited to see that.
Pretty good.
Also, I want to touch on my personal
personal
favorite change for the 2.25 update is the ability to open your treasure maps and your Atma books while you're on your mount. That's probably the greatest thing ever for me. Because I have the memory of a fruit fly, which is about 0.1 seconds long. So I'm on my way to defeat enemies, or I'm trying to go get my map done, and every 5 seconds I'm trying to open my map.
What do I gotta do?
And it's you can't open that. But now they've made it so you can open your books and open your maps at the same time on the mount. And it's the greatest thing ever.
Lots of people in chat agree with that change.
It's so good. I was driving me nuts because I was like, I know it's over here, but I'll just dismount off my trusty chocobo steed.
10 times later, you realize that
it's half an hour to get from the one end of Corinthus, because I'm like, this all looks. I thought it was here, but it's not. But yeah, that's my favorite change, and personally, patch 2.25 is just that for me. I'm like, that's all I needed. But let's also discuss some other stuff. I know we tried to have Robert explain materia transmutation before. That's in the.
I explained it fine.
Let's see if Robert remembers all the details about materia transmutation.
So what is materia transmutation?
But yeah, what do we do when Robert's talking? Because he's off camera.
Yeah, you guys have to just look at me
awkward.
fondly. And so essentially, it's a new system that allows you to take various other lower tier materia and combine them together, transmute them into one much higher tier materia. And this is very helpful for those who are looking for an extra value out of their lower tier materia when they're trying to add stats or bonuses to their higher level gear.
Sure, yeah.
Thanks a lot,
I think
Robert.
that was good. I wasn't paying attention.
Good.
We're joking around.
In case I made a mistake.
Yeah, you take 5 materia and you hand
5
it
is
over.
the magic number.
Hand it over to the goblin, and he'll give you one in return. And it's kind of an interesting way to maybe bring some life back into the lower tiers of materia.
We've seen some market changes for lower tier materia. Definitely some price values have increased.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's interesting. I'm glad I kept a lot of my old fire +1 materia, and
Yeah, that's
you know,
pretty good.
ice.
I did not do that.
I actually use it a lot for spear bonding though too.
That's true.
I put it in a lot
That
of
helps.
my gear when I go spear bond. But yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, Robert, for bringing all that update to us. I
You
think
got it, guys.
It was mostly accurate. That's what we strive for on the community team.
Mostly accurate.
Accurate.
Most accurate.
Pretty close. Not too far off. Also, one of my favorite things from the patch is the ability to dye your dark light gear.
Pretty sweet.
So, in case you haven't heard, they made it possible for any of your dark light gear that you have to be dyed, which is super cool. And people have actually been posting some cool screenshots on like Reddit and such, where they've been showing off their different gear. And it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to try it out.
What color do you want to switch yours to?
Pink?
Yeah, pink's cool.
Jumped right out.
Yeah,
Pink, pink dark light.
I like the bright colors are. I don't know. For me, it's a bit much because it just stands out so much. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I see a lot of bright yellow tank gear, and I see a lot of bright pink
alright.
tank gear too. So that's cool. I like the dark reds or
they're pretty cool.
like the dark purples.
I think I have a tendency to dye a lot of my stuff red.
Yeah.
Dollarwood red.
Oh yeah, Dollarwood red.
I like that
That's
one
one
a
of my faves. But yeah, that's a really cool new feature that they added in. I'm curious to see if they'll do that more in the future for existing gear too. That'd be awesome. We'll make sure you guys let us know if you'd like to see more gear in the future become dyeable, and we'll be sure to let the dev team know, because that's what we're here for. Letting the dev team know what you want. Not just what we want. What you want.
He tries.
I know.
If he did put what he just wants.
I know. I let the dev. Everybody really wants to be able to do this. The map thing is super hot right now. I better call Yoshida on this one.
Yeah.
Hey Yoshida, it's Matt.
I know it's 2 a.m., but if you could just...
Well, me and him are like that. I just have his number on speed dial, and
yeah.
I just give him a call.
It's the red phone.
Yeah. We should have that in here. We should show it off.
When you slide down a pole.
Yeah. So next up, this is probably the biggest part of the patch 2.25 update. This was raising the PvP rank from level 30 to rank 40.
Yep.
And we also introduced the Animal Series, as it has been called by the dev team for a long time now. We've been showing that stuff off.
Yeah, for quite some
Letter from the Producer Live, like
way back.
5
Yeah,
or 6.
I remember seeing the concept art for the Paladin stuff.
Yeah, like
and I was
lion.
like, oh man, I got to get this stuff.
Yeah, that stuff is
So
so cool. So we finally introduced it into the game. Basically, we have a different set of equipment for each of the classes or jobs that kind of mimics an animal in real life. So we actually got some cool artwork to show you guys. You know, pull out the Yoshida
exclusive for Duty Commenced.
Duty Commenced worldwide exclusive. Okay, you know.
So
Wait. I mean,
it's not working.
I don't know how Yoshida does it, but we don't have the capability to zoom, and this looks kind of hard to see.
It's not working.
Let's see. Well, you can see. Okay,
Guys, I think we can improve how. You want to just do something else? I have a better way.
If you have some direct feed, that's crazy. So we actually have all the different artwork here for you guys to check out. It's the full set of gear. Here's the Bard's birdsong gear. Next, we're on to the Black Mage's Wolf's Eye. Is that right? Yeah, Wolf's Eye. This is really cool. This is the one I wanted right from the beginning. Here is Dragoon and its Snake's Tongue gear.
Snakes.
I like that weapon. I like that. It looks really cool. It looks pretty awesome.
Isn't it?
I like the headpiece too.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Monk wearing the Hawkwing gear.
That's
This looks really cool too. I don't think I can get my Monk up that high just to get this though, but I kind of want to because it looks awesome. Next up, there you go.
I can't wait.
There's Lion's Mane. That's for Paladins.
Gotta get into it.
It looks really awesome. I love the headpiece on it. It looks really neat.
Even the feet look like paws.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Next up, we have Scholar in our elk tail gear. Here they are, looking like elks. I like the headpiece. If you look at the hat, it actually has two.
Yeah.
The same thing with the. This is the summoner wearing the elk horn, which also looks really awesome. You can see the book is really front and center. I love the little dancing elk. Here we have warriors. All you warriors out there, you can get the bear's maw gear.
Pretty crazy.
I like how it has the two heads. It's pretty scary.
It is.
If I saw that, I would just be like, I forfeit.
I'm done.
And here's me. This is the White Mage. This is the Swan's Grace gear. It looks really awesome. The coat, I don't know if you can really tell, but it kind of poofs out into like a swan outfit.
And that's about it.
But yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
I really dig it. I think people are going to be working towards that stuff really soon.
Yeah.
They also introduced all that stuff's item level 100, and they also introduced weapons as well, and also some new accessories.
Really good stuff.
So that's a pretty big update for PvP stuff that was added in 2.25. But
we have some cool info to share with you guys.
This is
info.
This is a hot
Yeah,
scoop.
this is exclusive.
This is a pretty good scoop, I would say.
Duty commenced exclusive.
Heads ups. This
So-
is heads ups number 1.
So yeah,
I'm gonna call
so
it that. Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
I gotta make like a heading for it.
So
heads up. So yeah, so there's been a lot of
heads
threads
up
on
commenced.
forums.
that's right.
Okay,
Guys,
sorry.
come on,
sorry.
this is like a big moment here. This is great.
Devin's been
So
excited.
yeah, and this is great. So yeah, there's been a lot of threads on the forum talking about PvP. Whether it's about balance or any other feedback that you guys have been giving.
saying it's hard to get into.
Yeah, it is. So basically, we got this really cool comment from one of the members of the development team, and he mentioned that this time for patch 2.25, the rank increase and all this gear is more geared towards the players that are currently active in PvP, giving them something to work towards more now. But he also said, everybody knows we've been talking about front lines for 2.3 for quite some time now in the letter lives and all that stuff. We've been teasing it for quite some time. But so moving towards that, they pretty much want to make some pretty good adjustments.
Do tell.
I will be.
Okay.
Please wait.
Okay, sorry.
So
So
the biggest
sorry.
one is that they're going to unlock all of the actions from the beginning. So regardless of your PvP rank, when you just start from your rank 0, you have access to every single action. You don't have to spend your points on buying these actions or anything like that. So you just jump in and you'll have them all, and you can equip what you like. Instead, they're going
That's pretty
to
awesome.
they're going to actually, when you get those PvP points, you can either upgrade those actions, or you can via traits, or you can also purchase traits that will give you different stats and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. So this way, they want to make it so that way it's easier for people to get into. I know if I jump in right now, I haven't really been doing PvP very much. I don't have
Ever
very
since
many
all the
actions.
losses that we had
So,
suckered in the
yeah,
very beginning.
He got really upset.
Hey.
So
Let's keep it off the stream.
he's taking it way too seriously. So
It's
that's why
really
I don't
hard
have
as a healer because,
I know, buddy.
especially when your tank is not tanking and everybody's just going after the
It's
healer.
always someone else's fault, isn't it?
It's just the healers are squishy and the tank should be protecting them.
But we try.
Anyways.
But anyway, so there's a gap. Basically, if you're just starting now, all the people that are rank 30 or moving towards 40, there's going to be that gap. So they want to kind of close that up, make sure everybody's on the same playing field, and all in time for the frontline stuff.
So that's really cool. You'll be able to use any of the PvP actions.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. Like I tried to rank up just to get one,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh man, I need to get more.
I know. I worked really hard towards that one.
Yeah, I did.
Got to get those points. But and another great thing too is that all those points that you save and spend on upgrades and stuff like that, you can actually reallocate anytime you want, as long as you're not mid-battle.
Yeah, that's
That's pretty convenient. And reason being is that Final Fantasy XIV is a game that allows you to play so many different classes and jobs.
Yeah, with the armory system basically.
Yeah, and basically their idea was that they wanted to tailor these adjustments for that key aspect of the game.
Wow. So basically, as long as you're not in a PvP battle, you'll be able to switch around
Yep.
your different traits and stuff.
Yeah, so maybe instead of going Paladin, I want to go Summoner or something else.
Yeah, something that's not a tank, because apparently that's not.
It's not his strength.
But anything I
Not
can
your
do
strength.
not to help this guy, totally cool.
God.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's really cool, and we're glad we could bring it to you guys. We're going to be posting that up on the forum soon, so everybody else will have a chance to. But I thought it'd be a cool place to debut it on the stream.
That's
and
right.
Let people know.
You heard it here first on Duty Commenced.
Hot scoops.
Hot scoops.
What's the other thing? Updates. Heads ups.
Heads ups.
Heads ups.
Hot scoops and heads
Heads
ups.
ups commenced.
I don't want to be part of this.
I like heads ups. But that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm looking
excited.
forward to that,
Me too.
and I'm sure we'll let you guys know more when we have in the future. But
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'm excited to do some PvP now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep the patch 2.25 updates rolling. Next up, Lodestone was actually updated as well around the same time. We brought back the feature to show Grand Company rankings. So maybe if you remember in 1.0, we kind of had a similar feature where rankings were displayed as well as player rankings. So we brought that back, and it kind of allows free companies a little bit of bragging rights. Saying, "Oh, we earned the most company credits this month or this week," or for players themselves, "Are their most seals this week, this month." It's really cool. So be sure to check it out. Some people saw it on the Lodestone when it went live, and they're like, "Hey, where did this come from?" So that was kind of funny. But also, speaking of outside the game stuff, the Libra Eorzea app was updated with drops for trials and duties. So this is pretty awesome. I know a lot of people, what they usually do after a patch comes out is they kind of make a loot list thread, and they kind of try to figure out, okay, this drops from this chest and this drops from this chest on this turn, like in Bahamut or Second Coil of Bahamut especially. Because especially when that stuff comes out, everybody wants to know, where am I going to start getting my gear from? Which turn does it come from?
Yeah.
So the cool thing is now using the Libra Eorzea app, you can actually see which one has the drops for each chest, and it has the drops for each turn in the Binding Coil of Bahamut, which is super awesome. And I'm really excited that people can finally check that out. Last night I was trying to find where the Pilgrim's Robe dropped, because I've been after that for a long time, and apparently it comes from Amdapur, so I'll be spending a lot of time there this weekend trying to get my Pilgrim's Robe.
I saw that.
That I have not been able to get. Anyways. But yeah, that's really cool. And that's kind of just a brief overview. I mean, there's more stuff, of course, for patch 2.25.
Yep.
One of them being, also that Ventures now drop from treasure hunting,
Yep.
which is awesome for me because I love treasure hunting.
And I love Ventures. I can't stop.
I've spent so many Ventures on
It is the greatest thing ever.
my
I
retainer.
can't stop. But don't forget to check.
So this guy,
Because you might throw away something
Oh, yeah.
really good.
I forgot about that. I'm
Yeah.
surprised you brought it up. But
It's fine.
he got a really
We
good
like to embarrass
item
ourselves here.
from his retainer.
It was a plant.
We
And I thought,
we just added
It was
gardening.
a
Why wouldn't
plant.
you check? So instead of even walking the 2 steps to the market board to even check
I was
the
in a rush.
worth, the
I was
worth
in
of
a
the
rush.
item that his retainer lovingly brought to
Yeah.
him,
I heard her voice. She's like, it was a gift. NPC.
he walked over. He instead of going to the left 2
He gave it
steps,
to you.
he
Yeah.
walked right 2 steps and dropped it off at the NPC for probably like
1 gil maybe.
15 gil or
10
something.
gil, 10 gil.
Pretty sweet.
And then later I was talking about, I was like, wow, people are finding this and this item. He's like, well, is that a good item? And I was like, yeah, I think it's like 300,000 gil. And he was like, oh my gosh. So be sure to check what your retainer is actually bringing you.
Yes, because
and
they are sometimes very loving gifts.
You don't want to kamate it, and
Chat's like, I throw your love on the ground.
Pretty much did. I was like,
it's like 4 gil, and you're like, well,
a plant? What is this? Slam it
you
down.
didn't even like take it to the
Didn't
free
even
company.
bother
and,
to
like,
check or nothing.
oh yeah, free company's gardening, whatever. I don't even know what that is.
Well,
He did as quickly as he could. He
the
saw it and
funny
he was like,
thing-
I gotta get rid of this as fast as possible. My
The funny
inventory
thing was that I did take it and I was looking at it for a minute, and then my inventory started to get full. And I was like, well, what can I get rid of? I was
That's
like,
what I'm
well,
saying, yeah, he's like,
I've had this
I don't
plant in
need
my
this.
inventory. I'm like,
Clearly.
it's probably like 5 gil.
I'm
And
gonna keep this high potion, but I'm gonna throw this away.
accurate, actually. I still have that high potion in my inventory.
So don't. So the moral here is don't kamate it
Yeah.
and don't NPC it. Just double check and see what it is worth first, because
Yes.
there actually is some high level stuff that comes from
Yeah.
Ventures.
Your retainer still loves you. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think they do actually. They have sent me.
Yeah,
a
that's
letter.
why they don't bring me back anything now.
I didn't find anything.
But
That'd be awesome.
Give you
Ventures.
those ventures.
Yeah, it's too bad. Anyways,
I found this high potion for you. I'm sure you want this more.
add this to your growing collection.
Sounds pretty good.
All right, so let's move on. Make sure you check out the patch 2.25 notes if you have not already. But yeah, I'm sure most of you guys are already knee deep in 2.25 content.
Yeah.
But next up, I want to touch base a little bit on the PS4 version. Let's get the most glare. There we go. PS4 version came out on April 14th, 2014. And I don't know if you guys realize, but April 14th, 2014, you see, that's the 4th month of the year, so that's PS4.
I don't get it.
And then 14th day is Final Fantasy 14. There we go.
It's fighting that going.
Final Fantasy 14, and then 2014. That's pretty good. I thought that was, our marketing guys were really happy about that.
Yeah, sure. And did you see those when they talked about the eclipse that happened in the same day?
Yeah, we
turning the moon a little red
on purpose, just for the
we
dollar.
planned that entirely.
We should have had like a live stream of like the red moon. I'm like, oh no, Dalaman's back. Everything you've been working for. What happened? But yeah, PS4 version is out. Here's the awesome collector's edition. If you guys haven't seen it, PS4 version is really cool because actually it's bringing a lot of life back and a lot of new players coming in, checking out the game. I know you guys have all been super nice to them and super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be?
So why is it so quiet here? But yeah, I mean, PS4 version is awesome. We've been having a lot of fun with it at the office. We've been playing with the Vita remote play stuff.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Even when we're supposed to be working, I've seen some people on the team.
Don't look at me. I didn't do it.
I don't even have a Vita. I have PS4.
Come on, man. But yeah, we've been having some fun. You know, the remote play is really cool, especially when you're at home and you're like about to go to sleep and you're like, well, let me just do my ventures real quick and then throw away whatever they just gave me. I need to make sure I keep that high potion as top priority. But yeah, the PS4 version has the streaming capabilities, which is awesome too.
Yeah, really easy.
I'm sure that our streaming setup is not nearly as technically proficient as the built-in PS4 streaming, but we're working on it. Yes.
All right.
But yeah, PS4 version's out. I've seen a lot of people who have been upgrading from the PS3 to the PS4 via MOG Station. That's super easy process. That's something I did right away. It's like one button press and it's like, wait, you're on PS4. And it's like, sweet.
All good.
Another big thing that came out with the PS4 release is the updated Collector's Edition items.
Yes,
so in addition to what came with the Collector's Edition, super glare.
Try again.
There we
go.
There we go. So in addition to what came with it, let me show the back actually, that's smart. We have the 2 new items.
Yeah.
You can see enough. We have, it's on this side, right? Yeah.
Don't fight.
Fat Chocobo mount.
Fat Chocobo.
Fat Chocobo mount and the Wind-Up Moogle Minion are 2 of the new items that have been added to Collector's Editions.
And the greatest things ever. The music for the Fat Chocobo mount is super amazing and fits it perfectly. And I'm often humming it at home when I'm running around in my Chocobo.
This is at home, but he's really doing it.
It's at the office, basically. I'm in my office.
Oh, shut up.
But yeah, it's really cool, and it's really nice that they gave it to everybody that owns the Collector's Edition already. So all those people get it immediately. And don't worry, if you have Collector's Edition Envy, you can always go to the MOG Station and use the digital Collector's Edition upgrade and get those items delivered to you immediately. So,
sweet.
There's our sales pitch for the Duty Commence show.
Fat Chocobo is so worth it.
Brought to you by Final Fantasy XIV. A Realm Reborn. Out now on PlayStation 4.
Don't delay.
But yeah, PS4 version's out and it's pretty cool. We added a few new servers for those people to have a fresh experience. And so far people have been having fun, so it's awesome. And it's cool too because the PS4 guys, you know, maybe not be super familiar with Final Fantasy MMOs or MMOs in general. So it's kind of a really cool new audience that we're able to reach out to and you know.
Star Origin in the chat was even saying that he thought that it would be awkward to play on keyboard and mouse for like the PS4, but it works smooth.
It's super smooth,
cool.
Especially even like the controller version. Like honestly, the controller mode is. I know like a lot of the people in our raid like they use it only the controller, and they're super good. And I can't figure out how they get so good with that controller. I need to spend more time with it. But yes. That is about it for the PS4 section.
PS4, we love it.
We love it.
Let's move on.
Let's move on now to the Dev Tracker. What do you call this? The Dev Tracker
Host
Roundtable. You should name it. We should have a name. Dev Tracker Compendium.
Dev Tracker heads up.
We'll open the compendium.
That's really scary.
It's a door.
Sounds
it's like
horrible.
a door, I guess. It's not like a book. Books don't make noise, I guess. Anyways, let's start off. Devin, you want to start us off?
Sure.
This is actually one you posted.
Oh, yeah. One of them, I think, at least the ones I posted.
Yeah, somehow Kamate gets a lot of the posts. I don't think that's fair, but that's whatever. We'll discuss that after the
Some
stream.
people are playing on their beta. But anyway, so yeah, first I want to start off. So we're getting a lot of questions about...
This stream can't protect you forever.
Yeah, I know, but once it cuts, it just runs. Jump on the table. But a lot of comments about wanting more space in their free company chests. So we are going to... now he's really going to kill me.
Oh, good.
But we are thinking about expanding this in the future. We don't have a date set just yet, but they're thinking to add more slots to the free company chests as they introduce new free company ranks.
Nice. That
So
makes sense.
that's pretty nice. I know ours is pretty full with materials and foods and
Well,
everything.
at least some of our free company members actually contribute to the overall success of the free company instead of
It's getting
just
tense in here.
removing items from the. I mean, whatever. Well, anyway.
Remove some item. What is this? I'm gonna let you see it.
oh, that would be horrible. Hey, look, someone put the same plant that Materia gave me in the free company chest.
I'll get a whole
deal
deal
out of this.
I'll clear it out for them. No problem.
Oh my goodness. All right, Robert, you want to read the next one?
All right, where are we at? Fate progress
Fate.
on map. That's right. So for this is a what?
Nothing.
Fine.
Sounds super enthusiastic.
I am enthusiastic because this is a long time request
This is
of
something
fans. They've been asking for this
Long time.
as far as I remember since beta. It's been a long time request. So basically, now Fate progress can be seen on maps. So while you're looking on maps and you
Nice.
notice that a Fate pops up, you can mouse over it and check its progress and find out how far along it is, so you know whether or not you can make it. If you're all the way across on the other side of the map, or if you're nearby.
That's awesome. I know people have been asking for that for a while,
Really long time.
so that's really good that we're going to finally get that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, let's talk a little bit about that awesome lore post that you had.
That was fun. The Grimoire one. So I know if you're playing Arcanist.
Is it
I still think it's Arcanist.
I think it's.
We
Arcanist,
should look.
Arcanist.
I think it's Arc. I
Tomato,
think.
tomato.
I think.
Scholar or
I think
summoner.
Louis. Well, no. What's his name? Uriange. I believe Uriange pronounced it Arcanist in the dialogue. I feel like everything is turned
Well,
upside down.
You say his name different than I would say.
No, that's how they say it.
Yes.
Uriange.
You're wrong, my friend.
Uriange.
You're wrong.
Uriange.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh man,
Mandragors.
if localization
Mandragors.
sees this, we're in trouble. Anyways,
Anyway, so yeah, if you're looking at your grimoires, right? You might be seeing the same diagrams or the pictures for each one, thinking like, oh, it's the same one. Why? So basically, what the team did was they separated it based on Arcanist, Scholar, and Summoner to have different things to represent, what those books are supposed to be. So Arcanist, those diagrams were kind of the things that they were talking about in the quest line. For Summoners, like the symbols for, actual like summoning ritual. And Scholar was supposed to be more of like a strategy book. So that's why they have more text. But we saw some feedback saying like, hey, could you have some more pictures or some other, displays in those books? And
change it up.
Yeah, the dev team is going to look into it. So hopefully we'll see some new designs.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I always try to look at that stuff, and I remember there was one time at the PAX event where we had the launch event, basically right after the game came out, and there was a girl that was dressed up like a scholar, and she had like a Barbie dressed up like Eos, which is awesome. She had like on her shoulder.
That's
And it
amazing.
had like the fairy wings and everything, and it was really cool. But she also had a grimoire with her, and when you open it up, it actually had the designs
that's
from the
really
game.
cool.
So I was like,
Nice.
So I think the dev team they were going to sign it, but Fernhalls was like, no, we can't sign it, or else it'll mess with the fluctuations of the ether. And I was like,
My God.
Come on.
so they signed like the inside flap instead of like the actual artwork piece. And I was like, wow, you're really.
You guys would love what's going on in chat right now. They're like providing 60 different interpretations of the word Arcanist,
Oh, man.
Arcanist.
Great.
Kanye
I'm
West.
pretty
I can only
sure-
see two, but
I'm pretty sure that it's. I thought it was Arcanist.
well, it's arcane magic, so arcane,
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Arcanist.
Arcanist.
Yeah, but you never heard of a word that like
No.
modifies.
I've never heard
it's
of a word that modifies anything.
All right,
Ever.
I got it.
I'm pretty sure it's Arcanist.
We all know where you stand.
I heard it and I was like, oh,
in English.
We've been saying it wrong this whole time. Arcanist. Anyways,
It don't matter.
Sorry, we'll talk to localization, who I'm sure will see this video, and you'll have a whole new community team in here next week. Everything A-okay. But yeah,
guys, I'm Dayon. I'm Jamate. We're ready to tell you all about the
Kaon,
correct pronunciation.
Damate, and they're just going to completely rename you.
Yeah, maybe
no one knows what that one is.
I can understand.
So I'll go ahead and I'll do the next one. Yep. I'll talk a little bit about the gear comparison feature that players have been asking for quite some time. Currently, when you compare your equipped gear to what the new item is if you want to equip, right now it only shows like weapon damage changes or defense, block rate kind of changes, that kind of stuff. But we've been informed that in patch 2.3 we'll be making it so it'll actually show you different stats will be compared as well. So that'd be good. Super awesome, because right now I'm like looking at two different things and I'm like getting a piece of paper, I get my abacus out and I start moving the beads across. I'm like, okay, 23 mine here, and then I get the other 26, so that's better. So this has more beads. So I don't have to do that anymore, because in 2.3 we're going to have a better gear comparison window. So that's super awesome.
Super helpful. Sweet. Now you don't have to use that. So
I know. I was going to get a calculator, but I was like, no, it's too high tech.
Too high? What?
Yeah, so I didn't use it. All right, let's talk about training dummies.
And this is my healer.
Training dummies.
Totally cool. Totally on top of everything.
Who's doing it? Devin.
All right.
Go for it.
So yeah, again, another housing request that we've seen is the request to put training dummies outside your homes. And we're going to do it. And it's going to be pretty sweet. So now you guys can set up battle camp at your free company houses and
battle camp. Okay.
Yeah, just line the training dummies up and everybody can practice.
Is that it? Really? Okay. Yeah.
Battle.
That sounds cool.
Camp. Battle.
I used to.
You put it on him to do this.
I know. I apologize to everybody.
Not my fault.
I thought Kamate knew how that stuff worked, but I guess not. But yeah, we're going to battle camp. Why would you boot camp? I guess. Anyways,
the dummies.
No more running to Corthus for me for the level 50 stuff. Hopefully this will be level 50. I don't think we've got confirmation yet, but
we have not.
We'll see if we can double check on that and let you guys know. And as soon as we have more details on when the timing will be introduced, we'll be sure to let you guys know. Cool?
Sweet.
Another cool update that we have was that came out in 2.25 was those Grand Company seal items. So originally some of the stuff from 1.0 was not being able to be redeemed at the Grand Companies.
Yeah, we had a few back and forth posts about
this. So like the Aquamarine Cross.
On the properties of Beastmen.
There's
Full
like
scale,
5
scale.
I remember them all. Yeah. We had originally found out it was a bug that it was not being accepted. Then we said it would be 2.25, next hotfix, and then we said 2.3, and luckily the dev team was able to get it in for 2.25. So all of you guys who've been holding on to those items will be happy to know that you can turn it in for like 20,000 seals or something crazy.
5 ventures like crazy. Yeah. Hopefully get cool.
I used to have max seals all time, and now ventures I had never have seals anymore.
Yeah.
So I wish I still had those items from 1.0 that I could turn in for seals.
That'd be pretty good.
But yeah, let's move on to talking a little bit about what are some of our favorite threads. This time we want to bring up the latest thread on the letter from the producer, LVI, which is 56. Right? Yeah, 56.
I have a feeling that producer letters, if they show up, will always be on this list.
It's going to be crazy. Like I guarantee they have to check each time to see which Roman numeral they use next. Because there's no way maybe they're preparing for future Final Fantasies too. They have like a compendium where it's just like turn to page 14.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
LVI.
That's what we were expecting.
But yeah, this was a really good letter from Yoshida that we posted earlier this week. Yep. Touched on a little bit about some plans for the next phase of the Atma weapons. Those will be going from the Animus up to the Novus weapons. He talked a little bit about why they pushed it back a little bit, because he wants to have time to take in feedback from the players and make sure we make adjustments based on what the players are saying and wanting. He also touched on how those are going to be upgraded in the future. Instead of currently we use the Myth Allegan Tomestones of Mythology.
There you go.
So not as myth tokens or anything.
Yeah.
To upgrade those. He said he's introduced, there's going to be a new item called Sphere Boards, I believe, that will be used to upgrade to the Novus. I know, that sounds really interesting.
It sounds really cool.
Sphere Boards. It gives me I can kind of gives me a hint of what
Remind you of something.
Yeah, sounds familiar. But that'll be interesting to see. So he's talked about push that a little bit, but he also talked a little bit about the Chinese version that's going to be launching this summer in China. And I guess they went to a really cool like kind of reveal for the game. Where they had some really awesome pictures of like
really nice.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Come on, should we go? A community team should probably go to China.
We should do a duty commenced in China.
Yeah, duty commenced live from China for the launch of the game, and I think that makes sense. We'll be sure to let you know. Yeah. So that way you guys are aware of everything that's going on. But yeah, those pictures are really cool. He showed off. He talked about how he met with some hardcore PvP guys and talked about like PvP stuff with them. So that was pretty cool. He got some cool flowers right when he arrived. I'm like, I don't really get flowers or anything. Whatever.
You want flowers?
I mean, it'd be
I'll
nice.
get you flowers.
Once. I mean, it'd be nice. But he also had another thing that he mentioned in his letter, which was that Blue Garter was the world first for defeating Turn 4.
Congratulations, guys.
The second Coil of Bahamut Turn 4.
Turn 4.
A.k.a. Turn 9, as known by our players.
Indeed.
Which is really cool. So that was really cool. Congrats, guys.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I was about right.
I
was pretty much waiting for it to happen. That was really cool.
And we've seen some other groups too.
Yeah, some other groups have been clearing as well.
Cool.
It's really awesome. And there's also starting to be like a lot of people showing off their drops. Like, this week I've seen the new High Allegan bow.
That's really cool.
It's really awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, some players have been having fun with that thread, enjoying some of the pictures and things like that. So it's been really cool to see that. And it's also fun when we post new letters from the producer and we all kind of learn something at the same time because it keeps us on our toes. So Novus weapons, that's the future.
That's the name.
That's what's up next. I love when we read stuff along with the community. See, we abstain from reading ahead, and we want to know what the community knows.
Because no one likes spoilers.
Yeah, Matt sits in his studio office. He's reading from his computer, and we'll stand behind him and just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And they're like the hype guys behind me.
Exactly.
Even though no one can see
around.
it. All right, let's move on to our almost last topic now. As you guys know, Hatch and Tide just recently wrapped up earlier this week, and it also signaled the end of our in-game screenshot contest that we had on the forums. That finished this morning, like 1 a.m., I believe.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, now we're going to gather all those pictures up and start voting on them. It is a job that we take very seriously, and it leads to very heated debate sometimes.
Yes.
Amongst the community teams from all regions. We have the European guys and the guys in Japan too, and sometimes we don't always agree, and we have to discuss politically. I don't know, in a nice way about how to move forward. But we wanted to give you guys a heads up. You know, we've seen some comments saying, "Oh, you know, why do they always do screenshot contests?" And you know, it seems like every time there's an event, there's a screenshot contest. And actually, you know, that's really done on purpose. We feel that screenshot contests themselves are something that's really easy for players to get into. So you don't have a lot of skill in, like, say, drawing or, you know, crocheting or something like that. Cooking.
I can't do anything.
You can't tank, you can't draw. I mean, so we try to make those kind of events so that a wide group of people have a chance to enter. And we also kind of reuse the same prizes so that people who haven't had a chance to win them get a chance. Because if we just had it offered, like, once, it wouldn't really be super fair to everybody who wants to earn like the Arimon choker that we'll never ever have because we're on a community team and we can't enter our own contest.
Not even a little bit better about that.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure someday, maybe
it's not like I love Arimon.
Probably not. Yeah, Arimon choker would be nice, but that said, we are planning some new stuff in the future to give a little bit more variety for our players. We know you guys are excited about, you know, not just screenshot contests, of course, but we've had some stuff in the past, like our dub contest, where
One of my favorite. That was great.
That was a lot of fun. Maybe we could, do pumpkin carving.
Chat saying cooking contest or riot.
Cooking, wow.
Cooking contest. Yeah, I saw some pictures recently posted up
I saw it.
of someone who tried to create like the 2-star foods, and it
Yeah.
looked really good. And Devin showed us like right before lunch, and I was like,
oh, thanks.
sure,
Really
I'm
good.
hungry now.
I'm really hungry now. Thank you. Appreciate that.
But yeah, things like that would be really fun, and we want to start doing that more in the future. So stay tuned. I would say please look forward to it.
Look forward to it.
As Yoshida as want to say. But yeah, we're going to start doing some stuff like that. We're going to make sure we have something that's really fun and something that's accessible as possible. I mean, it may not always be super easy to do, but it'll be really fun.
Yeah, we'll try our best to kind of rotate the things that we do, so that way everybody has a chance to participate, maybe with either whether it's drawing or cooking or other stuff, to get a wide variety of different talents.
Yeah, we won't bring up the time. We tried to do pumpkin carving, and it was so bad we couldn't even show our examples. Like we carved for like a full day in our office. All of us carved one pumpkin, and the results were so bad we couldn't even show you guys. It
was pretty
painful
awesome.
memory.
Threw them into the dumpster. And
We made a video
I
of it.
yeah,
loved it.
we had a
It
video.
was like step by step, and we're like, how can we solve
This
this?
is the worst
This is
thing
so much
ever.
effort.
I mean, at least mine kind of looked like,
Don't try to make yourself
Yeah.
out.
Anyways,
These are all bad.
anywho's.
Pretty sure I have photo proof that.
Yeah.
If you want to share that photo with
No,
anyone,
no.
Yeah, right. If you still have it, then let us know. But yes, that about is going to start wrapping it up for us. I want to tease a few things we're going to start doing in the future streams, though, just so you guys are aware that this isn't always how it's going to be. It's not always going to be the same kind of just me and Devin here. We're
in
going
the shadows in the back,
to,
unseen.
we're basically planning to do a lot more in-game content streaming as well while we're doing our live stream. So maybe joining up on random servers and kind of popping in and doing some events with you guys. Maybe showing off some upcoming content, whatever we can get approval for and get the green light for will be really cool. We're basically just waiting for that stuff to start getting approved, and we'll start doing some cool streams in the game. And we also plan to fix this audio sync issue that crept up in the last
here to the last hour.
30 minutes of our
It's lovely.
preparations. So that's
Sweet.
super awesome.
Yeah. You guys have no idea. We
I don't want to talk about it. It's fine.
Testing it.
It's fine. Just don't look at our mouths. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff, and see, that looks perfect. So this is really cool. But yeah, in-game streaming we want to do. We also want to do. We're going to start doing some giveaways. We have cool stuff like collector's editions and super cool stuff. We could sign it and ruin it for you guys, and get some really better signatures, I guess, on it. So that's actually worth something, and not just Bayonne.
I just put up the Oscar wrap it up.
Sorry.
So let's wrap it up.
Okay.
I don't want to forget the Nico things going on.
Oh yeah, so this weekend, for those of you who don't know who have been maybe seeing the Japanese Twitter, they're preparing for the Nico Chokaigi event, and they're going to do like a live stream kind of thing there, and I think they're going to announce something. What is that sound?
Keep hearing a beep.
Related to our fan event coming up, so maybe stay tuned and see what's going on, and I don't know, maybe we'll have some more to share with you guys in the coming days, in the coming week.
Yeah, maybe
hopefully pretty soon.
Yes. But yeah, so look forward to that stuff, and have a good weekend. That's going to wrap it up for us.
Yep.
That's the end of our very first
Thank you.
Duty Commenced.
Thank you for tuning in.
And
have a great weekend. Let us know all about your adventuring.
Yeah, we'd love to hear some feedback too on the stream.
Yeah.
And Robert has
I'm tapping because I want you guys to make sure to say that we want them to tell us what they want to talk about on next streams, like topics that they would love to address.
They want to talk about it. We want to talk
What
about
they
They
want
want us to
about.
talk about
Yeah,
on
that makes
our
sense.
next streams, like what they want us to say.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure that everybody's gonna say, get rid of Kamate, because
Well, I mean that's fair, but we'll consider all opinions that come in.
yeah. So let us know, give us some feedback. We'd love to hear it. It's our first time
Great.
streaming, and barring some technical difficulties, hope you guys had a good show.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it, and
Look forward to next time and the future of the show.
Yep.
Be cool.
Take care, guys.
Oh, you got a telephone.